My name is Chris, and today I'm giving away some free Record Store Day records. Welcome to the Vinyl Attack. Before we get into the record giveaway, there are two things I want to cover with you briefly, so bear with me. First and foremost is, yes, I'm aware that the name of the channel is still currently CSGO News, I believe it is, at the time of this recording. YouTube only lets you change the name of the channel so often, so it's a couple more days before I can get the Vinyl Attack back, but it is me, it is the Vinyl Attack, so no fears there. The second thing is, the last time I did a giveaway, there was a spam bot that went through and bothered everyone in the comments asking you to get a hold of me directly. I will not do that. There's no need for it. The only time I will ask you to contact me is when I name the winners in the official video. Then you, the winner, will email me. In the meantime, I will never ask for your personal information. I will not ask you for money. I will not ask you to get a hold of me. I'm not going to ask you for anything because I don't need it. This is a giveaway for you. So bear that in mind. I'm going to do the winners in a separate video, but first let's take a look at the records I'm going to give away. Then I'll tell you how you can win. First up is the Pixies 10-inch demo that's on limited edition purple 10-inch vinyl and includes original demo recordings of Here Comes Your Man, Broken Face, Down to the Well, and Rocket My Soul. The track listing is right there, if you can see that. And I did open all of these because Cooking Vinyl, the people who were kind enough to send these over to me, wanted me to do a review. So I opened all of them, I gave them a clean in my ultrasonic, and I listened to them because I wanted to know what they sounded like, what the sound quality was before I gave them away. Now, this is the only album that I don't have a sleeve outside of the standard to give you, unfortunately, because I don't have any 10-inch sleeves. I don't own any 10-inch records, but this is the purple vinyl. Something you will notice, much to my chagrin, when I put it in my ultrasonic, I had the water level a little too high. My apologies. So there's some small dimpling on either side of the label here. But here's the thing. You're getting a free record. It plays wonderfully all the same, so I wouldn't complain too much. But this record actually sounds pretty good. It's a fun piece to listen to. And believe it or not, the demos, maybe it's because Frank Black and the other musicians were such professionals, but Frank did the majority of the songwriting, as far as I know. These are very fleshed out. These songs sound complete, although they're very short, as you can see by the length, the time stamps here. They're demos, so they're not very long, but they're not what I would call rough at all. This is a good sounding album as well. It's got a slight warble to it. Nothing that is unplayable, and I don't know that I would stick this in my record pie to try to fix it, quite frankly. So if you want me to, dear winner, I will, because it doesn't bother me to do that, but I would probably just leave it as is. So that's the first one that we're going to be giving away. And if you want this record, what you'll have to do is, number one, subscribe, number two, like, and then in the comments section, you're going to type the word Pixies. I'm going to do that for each record, so you might want to wait till the end until I list all of them. But let's move on to the second record. The second record that I was sent was a band called Symposium, which I had never heard of before. Now, I'm sure there's a lot of bands that I haven't heard of before, but this one was very interesting to me because of its sound. The band is kind of a mix of pop, punk, ska-ish. It has, in some songs, mildly nasally vocals. Not awful, but for the time frame which this was recorded, because I believe it was recorded in the 90s, if I look here, the copyrights are 96 and 98 and 97, so this was late 90s. That wasn't quite the style yet. These guys might have been a little bit ahead of their time, but they have good vocals, but they also have really good harmonies as well. The sound is a little lo-fi in the recording. The pressing itself is good. Now, this is the inner sleeve because I am giving you the original inner sleeves with this, so you can choose to store these however you like. This is the vinyl. It's this green mint looking vinyl that, again, I have cleaned in my degritter and I'm putting in a MoFi sleeve just for you. It's pretty good looking stuff. I mean, it's a pretty flat pressing. This one I didn't have any issues with. I think one of the other ones I did. Again, if you want me to flatten that before I send it to you, we'll go over that in the email once I announce the winners in a follow-up video. But this is the vinyl. Like I said, it's a good pressing. It sounds good. It's just a little lo-fi, but not in a bad way. It's not harsh. It's not bad. And again, this is kind of a fun band too. So if you're into that kind of energetic, punk rocky, borderline ska, a little bit of pop to it with good vocal harmonies, this is what you would want. And to win this record, simply type in the word Symposium in the comments. Next up is Frank Black live in 2006, and I was very interested to hear this album because I love the Pixies and I'm a fan of Frank Black, period. I'm not a fan of live albums, as you probably know. This doesn't sound bad. It does sound like it's coming off of a mixing board. Now, I know that's pretty much how you do a live album, but this one was just a touch dry. However, it's about what you would expect from Frank Black. The vinyl itself is this really interesting kind of orange, almost mango color. It's got some slight marbling to it that might be hard to pick up on camera, but solid musicianship, great singing, great vocals, intriguing lyrics. It's not the Pixies because Frank did a different thing when he wasn't with that band. It's a little more direct, I would say. The Pixie stuff is a little more quirky in a fun way. But this is almost an Alfred Hitchcock-esque looking profile here. This is the inner sleeve, the name of the musicians. I will show you the back. It's a really kind of subdued looking album, but it's pretty cool. I really did enjoy this one because I like the band, or I like Frank and his band. So if you are interested in winning this one, type Frank in the comments. It's pretty simple, as you can probably figure out. I don't need to complicate this. I have enough complications. But let's move on to the last record. The last record that I was sent was Clara Libre, Altered Images, which is an EP. I was not familiar with her at all, and I must say, I quite liked this music. I was very tempted to keep this one, but I wanted to give it away. It's got 4 recordings on it. The only downside to this album is it didn't come with a sleeve at all. It came loose in the cardboard. This is the back. Claire Grogan apparently does the vocals, and Stephen Leironi does the instruments. As far as a sound, it's kind of like pop meets singer-songwriter, but almost with a lounge-ish style. It's slightly relaxed. It's an excellent recording. The vinyl itself sounds very good. This record is white and just solid white. Let me try to get this out of the way. It's a good-looking record. It is, again, this one is slightly warped. It's got a little warble to it, which I'm happy to flatten for you. Perfectly playable. I played all of these on my turntable with, right now I have the Ortophone Quintet Black. Yes, moving coil on there. And they all played just fine. They tracked well. This is a very good sounding record. But again, concerning the music, the vocals I expressed, but the instrumentation, it's almost Latin or Mediterranean in nature, but not the vocal stylings. The vocal stylings, like I said, are a little more pop meets lounge, subdued but clear, and she has a wonderful voice. So if you want to look any of these up online before you put your requests to win down below, go ahead and do that. But again, how we're going to do this, if you want the Pixies, type Pixies. If you want Symposium, type Symposium. If you want the Frank Black, type Frank. If you want the Clara Libre, just type Clara in the comments below. You can enter to win one or all of them. You're only going to win once. So if I somehow accidentally or miraculously draw your name for 2 records, you're only getting one because I want to share love as much as possible. Now, to my viewers who are out of the country, you are more than welcome to try and win. However, because of the cost of shipping, I will split the cost with you. Just bear that in mind. If you want one of these records, you're going to have to pay a little something to help me get it to you. For everybody in the continental US, shipping is free of charge. It's on me. It's just a way to say thank you, number one, to Cooking Vinyl, because they sent me these records to give away, and to you for sticking around after my channel got hacked and all that nonsense and resubscribing to me. So let me know in the comments if you want any of these. Type the record that you do want. I'm going to do a live draw. Well, actually, I'm going to see it live. You'll see a recording. And I'll be publishing that this week to list the winners. I look forward to next time.